if you can't tell just looking at me, I am part of a demographic that not too many people are a part of. You know, school teachers back in the day used to try and force you to go in the opposite direction. But as our girl Lady Gaga says, everybody is born this way, and I never chose to be left-handed. Okay, I couldn't really get it knocked out of me with a ruler, Sister Teresa. Did anybody make any New Year's resolutions? Good, because they're stupid. You should hold yourself accountable only when you want to. But I do feel like, especially with political climates that have happened over the years, that it's not just black and white, that you're a good person, a bad person. You have to actively wake up every morning and choose kindness, right? You have to be like, oh, I really have to be a good person. I want to be a good person. And so I try to live by that. And so I was on the train, and I was getting off at South Station, which you know is a nightmare, and I heard something clack behind me. And so I went to go see what it was, and somebody dropped their AirPods. And those are expensive. So I looked at the person directly behind me getting off the train, and I said, hey, excuse me, I think you dropped these. And they said, oh my God, thank you so much. Good deed for the day, all set. Got in the Uber, they were my AirPods. So nobody try to be a better person, okay? It's fine. You know, like, such is life. I didn't need to listen to music. Who needs little precious joys on the MBTA? At least I didn't get chased by a South Station pigeon that day. They gave me a break. I should have known something was up, the fact that the pigeon did not come full force at me. Did you know that in our beautiful Commonwealth, scaring a pigeon is punishable by a $20 fine? Yeah, well, dare I ask, what about all the times a pigeon has frightened me? Because those bastards would owe me a lot of money. I am Italian-American. I love my Nana more than anything, and I have a partner who comes very close second, who is from Italy. So I needed to start saying Italian-American because I do not know the language. I tried learning on Babbel for her, but I feel like Babbel is just condescension veiled as learning. So at least it's the Italian-American way. But I'm a New England girl by heart. I'm originally from Rhode Island. Any Rhode Islanders in the house? Hey, where?
Warwick.
Warwick. Yeah. I almost didn't believe you because you didn't drop the R. But I'm from Cranston. So I added the yeah. And so that's proof. So I went to school in a little town called Johnston, which some of you, I think, know, even if you don't know, you know it, because it's where DJ Pauly D is from the Jersey Shore. So you can tell already that the Italian-Americans from Rhode Island are a little less buongiorno and a little more bada bing, bada boom. So I went to a school that was as small of a reflection as the small state of Rhode Island would be. I went to the same school for 10 years with 27 kids. I didn't know people weren't Italian until I got to high school. And so obviously being queer in Rhode Island back then wasn't really like down in Catholic school. The thing we needed to do is wear uniforms. Anybody else trapped in uniforms for a really long time? Yeah, there's pain behind that. I always wore khakis because I had to. And so the uniform for literally everybody was a polo and khakis, but I would be told that I didn't know how to wear my uniform pants like a girl. We all looked like Jake from State Farm. And it was before he got hot. So I didn't really understand what the comment was. I didn't know the note. I didn't know how to follow that. And so I went to the spring fling with a male date, obviously. And he asked me the day of the dance. So again, I am a lesbian, and it's not a choice, but if it was, that would have done it. And I don't like the word lesbian. It's too many syllables. It's like a condescending amount of syllables. Like, you have to really try to be like, so a lot of people in middle school did. I was still with this male date, and we were dancing. Meanwhile, we were dancing slowly to Give Me Everything by Neo. Which, albeit, is not a slow dancing song, but I was trying to avoid the all-female grind line. Come on, if you wore a uniform, you've seen the all-female grind line. And so I figured, best for me to avoid that. Fewer questions. I was wrong. I guess I avoided it too obviously, like when you're trying to crop dust. And so this girl looked me up and down and called me a lesbian. And now listen, I was a very shy and anxious kid back in the day. But my stream of consciousness has always sounded like Chandler Bing. And so I could hear my inner voice screaming, I'm sure you're right, but why? But I don't really identify with the word lesbian. I think that labels are icky, and what I prefer to say is I like women and men who are worth my time. Exactly.